9 from headway plus upper intermediate. So if we read the title here, things ain't what they used to be, okay? So ain't here are not. And here exactly when they use ain't, this is like informal. It is used like, for example, when they write in text message, when they are talking. So this is not formal to use. No, this is for spoken or even like for informal writing, okay? And basically it is are not, okay? So here let's look to the most important expression that this unit is going to talk about it, okay? Or the most important topics, like here used to, doing, whatever. And we have homonyms, okay, and homophones, okay? And make your point. And this is basically, this is a new title, like to get know about it in for English. But basically we're gonna know, and we will see that these words we already use when we like when we write in and also when speaking English, okay? So here let's basically look to this sentence, okay, on unit 9 page 79, okay? These some expression that we use it when we talk about habits, okay? For example, when I use simple present, of course I'm talking about habits. Like when I say, for example, my brother works in bank, this is a habit because this is like what he is doing to get life expenses. So he works in a bank, okay? Well, if I say he always, okay, he always, okay, he's always borrowing here. Like usually we not use this present continuous, but in spoken everything broken as I said. But always, like these adverbs of frequency, الظروف التكرار, that we use it a lot to express habit that we use. Always, usually, often, like sometimes, seldom, okay? Or just like talk about routine, which basically we use the simple present. So this is the most important, that when you talk about habits. But now in English we have something is a kind of confusing. It's like how to use I used to, or I'm used to, or I'm getting, okay, used to. So basically these three phrases is a confusing, so confusing for speaking, like for speakers English from other languages, okay? So basically, okay, how to differentiate between to use I used to, or I'm used to, or I'm getting used to. يعني الاختلاف, it is look like for non-native English speakers look like the same, but honestly they are different. First of all, you have to put like in your mind, if you say the subject, okay, we use to and plus base verb, or like I used to plus base verb, that means something happened in the past and no more happen. يعني من استخدم I plus used to يعني معناها أنا فعل كنت أسويه لكن حاليا is no more happen. Okay, so this is basically I use it only in the past when I talk about past habit. شيء أنا اعتاديت أسويه على الماضي. Do I really do it like right now? Of course not. بس أنا بالوقت الحاضر أسويه? No. So I used to ده أحكي على عادة سابقة سويتها بالماضي and it is never happened like now in our recent days. Okay, so I used to paint my face when I was kid. اوكي اني اعتاديت بان ارسم على وجهي من كنت صغير. هل اني حاليا ارسم على وجهي؟ Of course not. I used to like for example I used to go to ride a horse, okay, when I was 11. هل أنا حاليا أروح أسوي أمارس هذه العادة؟ Of course not. So I used to, it is the same when I say I would, okay? It is in the past, so it is no more happen, okay, nowadays. used to يعني بدها تعبر لي عن الماضي، عادة سويتها بالماضي لكن بالوقت الحاضر غير ممكن استخدامها. Okay, so we say used to. Well, how to differentiate between I'm used to or I'm getting used to? So let's look to these two sentences and let's try to find the differences. Like for example, I'm getting used to, I'm getting used to by grammar, okay, to living in the country, or I'm used to living in country, in the country. Okay, so let's see what is the difference. Here in the first sentence اللي هي تحتوي I'm getting used, okay, as you see here in the book, for example, here like yeah, I'm getting used to traveling on the metro. I'm getting used to traveling to the metro, okay. Here the same thing, I'm getting used to living in the country اللي هو الريف بصورة عامة, okay, countryside basically. So here in this sentence, okay, you like a kind of, you become a familiar or you adopt to that. يعني ما معناه انت بديت اوكي تعتاد على هذا الشيء او بديت adopted, okay, adopted اللي هي يعني شلون واحد يتكيف عليه بصورة عامة, honestly. So this is when I say I'm getting used to plus دائما يكون عندنا الفعل يكون ing, يعني هستوك بديت تعتاد على الشيء. But if I say I'm used to living in the country, I'm used to living in the country, خليت بعد السبجكت خليت be verb اللي هي تعتمد like I'm used, we are used, okay, basically, وخليت to plus تصريف plus present continuous, okay. فهذه شنو معناها؟ Here you are familiar or like a kind of, you are becomes like not become but honestly you are familiar with this situation, accustomed to basically. يعني ما معناها الجملة الأولى من أقول I'm getting used to plus اللي هو الفعل يكون ing, يعني just start to become, just start adopted. But when I say I'm used to, بس مجرد أنا أخلي subject will be will used to, this is basically it's just like accustomed to, or I'm familiar, يعني I'm already familiar, okay. But this is basically we use it because this is like a habit that we do in recent days. لكن هذه الصيغة أنا أقدر أحكي عنها على المضارع because honestly it's happening right now. But when I say I used to, this is in the past and no more happen, okay. فهذا هو الاختلاف ما بين استخدام used to or I'm getting used to. فهنا القاعدة structure مالتنا get يكون okay used to plus تصريف يكون ing, while if I have is يعني أقصد be verb يكون used to plus also the verb have ing. For example, I'm used to waking up early, okay, early. So that means I'm already like I already wake up early. I accustomed to wake up early. يعني هذه هي طبيعتي الهابت مالتي بصورة عامة. But when I say he's getting used to traveling very often, يعني it's just to start familiar, okay, to travel very often. Okay, so this is basically what like these three verbs they are talking about. So here that mean when we talk about a past habit now finished, I use used to. But when I talk about situation, we just familiar and no longer strange, okay, no longer strange. It's just like when I use I'm used to. But when I say a situation which is still strange, I'm just still adapted. حاليا لسه دا أحاول أتكيف وياه فاستخدم I'm getting used to. So this is basically how to use it to to use these verbs when we talk about habits. Okay, you have to be very careful because they look like the same, but how to use the right structure, this is like the make it is different. Okay, and also like here it's just like talk about some of like in spoken English. Okay, I will talk very brief about it, but honestly sometimes use of verbs and we make it like adverb for adjectives. Like if I say I'm a crazy busy, I'm a crazy busy, this is really common. I'm crazy busy يعني جدا مشغول. Crazy, this is adjectives, like crazy. Busy is adjectives as well. So here crazy is just like give us the meaning of, honestly, the meaning of adverbs. The same here. All kids were scared stiff of him. هنا scared احنا اللي نعرفها scared هي adjectives. But here it's just like describe, to describe another adjectives. فصار المعنى معناها شنو؟ اللي معنى اجا معناها as adverbs. The same thing, she made it seem dead easy. Dead نعرفها dead اللي هي dead هي as adjectives. بس هنا اجت to describe another adjectives, فبهاي الحالة راح تكون adverb. Okay, this is used especially like in spoken. احنا عادة نستخدم هذا in spoken language. Like for example, as I said, I'm crazy busy today. Okay, for example, I'm dead curious. Okay, يعني أنا هالقد ما فضولي حتى الموت بصورة عامة. فهنا dead هنا اجتي مو adjectives, اجتي as adverb to describe basically another adjectives. And also like in this unit is just talk about homophones and homonymous. So basically these look like the same, but we use it like in speaking and writing, but we don't know what is the difference between these two things. Okay, so we need to describe why we use this, okay, and why we use the other one, the homophones. Basically this is one of the considered like lexical relation between the words. لأن احنا عادة vocabulary in English is really like there's a lot of vocabulary, especially the English language is updated. احنا بصورة عامة اللغة الإنجليزية updated, يعني يصير بها تحديث because of the new invention, because of the internet, because of the new generation, okay, because of the world in like as we say English world, okay, اللي هي اللي يتحدثون مختلف يعني يتحدثون اللغة الإنجليزية من مختلف الجنسيات. فهذه خلت اللغة الإنجليزية يصير بها updated. فلهذا السبب you have to know العلاقة like the lexical relation between the words to find out the grammar, the vocabulary, especially when you take like a test like a language skills test. اوكي، بالاخص من احنا ناخذ الامتحانات المعياريه اللي هي تقاس يعني your language skills مثل TOEFL, SAT, GMAT, GRE, like IELTS. اوكي، فهذه نحتاجها حتى تساعدنا to find out what is the meaning of the vocabulary. So here we have like two things, okay, two idioms. This is the new time that you're gonna hear about it. It's like homophones and homonymous. So homophones, basically homophones is coming from homo, which is mean the same. Phones is the same sound basically. Okay, this is when we have two or more different written form have the same pronunciation. يعني من عندي أنا كلمة أو كلمتين أو أكثر تكون نفس البرونسيشن لكن هي تختلف كتابة. مثلا على سبيل المثال beer and beer. Basically beer هي اللحية. okay, beer اللي هو already dope. okay, meet honestly like to meet, to interview someone, while meat which is like okay is come for food. flour اللي هي جت هنا كطحين اللي هو food. flour which is basically like okay flour زهر. okay, pale اللي هي جت هنا شاحب. pale is completely different than this one. right the same thing. night اللي قد تكون فارس while night اللي يكون ليل. okay, two basically. So here two is like a preposition is referred to إلى, while two is mean أيضا, while two is mean two, like the number two. where فهذه يسموها homophones because homo and Latin is just like considered as the same. So homophones is the same sound, يعني معناها كلمتين أو أكثر تلفظ نفس الشيء but the like okay but it's written different, so the spelling is different. okay. Well, homonymous, okay, is like one form, both written spoken، يعني اللي هي تنكتب نفس الكتابة، has two or more unrelated meaning. كلمة هي تنكتب نفس المعنى أو كلمتين، بس كل وحدة تكون تنكتب نفس الكتابة، بس كل وحدة تكون المعنى مالتها مختلف. How we know it from the context، احنا نعرفها من خلال صياغة الجملة أو صياغة الكلام. So bank here of a river اللي هو حافة النهر. While if I say bank, it is financial institution، مصرف. Okay, bat is, you know, bat is a flying creature, but when I say bat, uses sport. Okay, mole اللي هو like a dark spot on skin. Well, we have mole اللي هو يعتبر animal. Okay, pupil اللي هي pupil اللي هي تعتبر طلاب، while pupil اللي هي بؤبؤ العين. Okay, so race اللي هي contest of speed, while race is ethnic group. So this is how we know. We have to know to find out from the pronunciation. من خلال not the pronunciation sorry but from the context، من خلال المعنى مالت الجملة. As you see here, homonymous. Okay, a bank in the high street or the bank of the river. المعنى مختلف تماما but it is written the same thing. Okay, here for example if I say homophones, the road to the town center, or she rode a horse. Rode جتي هنا how we know. Okay, basically this is just like ride a horse اللي هو يركب حصان. Okay, well here rode, it is already rode that we know. Okay, so you have to be very careful for the homonymous اللي هي تكون تشابه بالكلمة بالكتابة وباللفظ. Okay, بس المعنى هو المختلف. while here homophones اللي هي تختلف بالكتابة لكن الصوت يكون نفس الشيء, the same thing. So this is what is the difference between the homophones and homonymous. Okay, and it is basically help you like to differentiate between like for example to figure out the meaning. So for homophones that you need like to see the words, okay, and also from the context, while the homonymous, okay, you have to know that from the context of speaking spoken language or written language. Okay, here also we have the topic that is just talk about this in this unit 9 is just get to the point or making your point. This is help like speaking written, يعني هنحتاجها بالكتابة بالكلام, because here is like how to state this is your opinion or the other opinion. Okay, إننا إحنا بعض الكلمات اللي نستخدمها بعض التعبير نستخدمها that to show this is like my point of view or my like the other point of view. For example here, first of all we use like for example some of the transition word أحيانا نستخدمها حتى نعبر عن المعنى, like first of all, as well, in addition, finally, second. Okay, or we use some of the expression that is just like state our opinion, like I think, I believe, or I state, or for example as I mentioned, okay, or my opinion, generally speaking. Okay, or even when I say the problem is or the best solution is. So this is that mean this is here I'm clarifying my point of view. Okay, or for example as far as I know, to be honest or honestly, frankly. فهذه كلها التعابير to like just like make our point. Okay, for example to tell, I suppose, as far as I know, or like another thing. This is just like try to add it more details. So these words we can use like in spoken and also in written. Written basically you are not usually written about your opinion, personal opinion, but you can use the transition word اللي تستخدمها first of all, finally. Okay, or like for example the problem is. Okay, to be honest, in fact, فهذه كلها تعابير أقدر استخدمها, but it's like in writing and not to prefer that use the personal pronoun. So let's stop here. This is unit 9 from your book, okay? And I hope you read all of it, because you have to see these videos, okay, to have knowledge about your material or your curriculum. Thank you so much.